This is going to be on the fires in Maui and the recent fires in LA and why they always push the color blue. You know, the shirts aren't burnt, still got tags on them. Certain colored roofs. Even underwear, right? Or a handkerchief, they're blue. They're laying in a house completely burnt, but they're still laying there. There's many factors to this, and you got to keep in mind everything that you see is for a reason. Anything that has multiple views was pushed. Some of it accidentally by people really seeking the truth, but they're not looking deep enough. Blue. Well, it's just like the Bible. None of this is topical, okay? None of it. We're probably going to have some background noise here. My little buddy there, he's playing with a cap on the floor. So, everything's blue. It doesn't, don't get burnt. You got to stop and think about that. And you got to stop and think about the videos you've seen where they show lasers that won't burn or skip over blue material. And for us to think for one moment someone just happened to have that information and then all of a sudden it was out there, you have to question that instantly. I'm not saying that the color blue is not affected in different ways from certain lasers. And you have to wonder why. You always see people taking their videos and asking, why can't we come in? Why are you blocking it off? Why can't we get to our homes? Okay? There's a reason for that, because people are planting shirts, underwear, handkerchiefs, and in some cases, the entire home maybe had blue roof, was not damaged. That's not the what you need to really be looking at, is whose homes it was, really. And metal, regardless of its color, even if these lasers hit it with that much fire around them, they have to absorb some heat, enough to damage them if they're close by. Your neighbor's house can't burn down right beside you and your house not have anything happen to it. But that can work if they are above and have isolating atmospheric. I'm going to put this out there. It sounds far-fetched, but this is how they do it. They can encapsulate a place with a plane or a drone, a house, and keep it from absorbing heat. Okay, they really can. And the color blue, what does that equal? Well, if you go back and look into that very deeply, blue equals the blue bloods, and that's not your red, white, and blue fighting here in America. You got to go further back. You got to find where the lies kind of originate here. The blue bloods are the reptilian races, the not loyalty. That's absurd, isn't it? Royalty. And it adds up to 31 if you add blue. And then one digit at a time you get 13. Why is that important? Because it's a mirror image. If you add it up and you get 31, and then you add one number at a time in there, you just happen to get 13. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Why is 13 a big number? Well, 1 is A and 3 is C. That's AC, Antichrist. And who do they praise all through these things? Firefighters. What initials is that? Firefighters is FF. That's 66. That doesn't mean if you know someone that is a fireman, they're a bad person. Are there some in there in the know that are literally not human anymore? You better believe it. But yeah, they block off the roads and the people can't get in. And then when they finally get in, they see a blue t-shirt or a road sign. A pair of lightweight underclothing, handkerchief, laying inside of a burnt building. Can't fall for this stuff. If you do, you're in trouble. You're in deep trouble if you fall for this. They push the word blue on purpose. It's an energy gathering technique. They're creating an outcome here that they're going to make it through the fire. As above, so below ritual. They know what's coming. This place is going to get burned up. Keep in mind, they have a God too. I mean, he's nothing, but he's their God. And these folks that, have their videos on TikTok and they're acting like they're all angry and upset. Well, why can't we come through? And they're talking to somebody that's officially there. Well, we're just not allowed to let people in. Stop and think, why would that be? Why? Well, because you have to plant something there to keep this skit going. Okay? And it's also part of the separation, the red team versus the blue team. The red, white, and blue, right? Be careful with this stuff. It's deeper than you think. You're never going to see the truth. Unless you see somebody's video that has like 5 views or maybe 100 or 200 views, you're probably not going to see the truth. Now, there are a few channels out there that may have a few thousand views on something. But if they do, they're a channel that gets struck down a lot. They really are. So don't fall for that, because if you fall for that, you're going to fall for some other things that are way more deceptive than that. And like I said, well, look at these lasers. All of a sudden they're showing you lasers everywhere that won't burn through a blue material. Yes, in some cases that's a fact. Certain color fields absorb certain heats. That's part of it, yes. But they need you to have that color blue in your mind. Why? Well, it has the number 13. That's for the Antichrist. MAC. How do I get the M? When you have 13 standing on itself, you have an A and a C, but 13 is an M. So you have Mac. Backwards is Cam. That's why you have Mac. And Kamala. McDonald. That's why it's been nothing but McDonald's if you pay attention, right? The last little skit they had, he had his whole cabinet up and the jets flying above us all eating Big Macs. Like it was big news. Big Mac. Okay? That's why you have the, what's this stupid song they're singing? A YMCA. That's why MCA in there spells CA Mac. Mac. And Kamala. You have a Mac computer in the camera. Kamala. You're not done seeing her. They're getting ready to probably take him off the scenes. That's how they build these things up. They've got all the sheep. Most of the sheep that are falling for this stuff hyped up right now, waiting for him to save the day. What would be the worst thing that they could do? Pull him off the scenes with his third skit. And then he'll be a news reporter somewhere else down the road, so don't worry about him. And somehow or another get Kamala back in. Or one of these idiots, it may not be her, but the Cam and Mac that you hear continually. Not a coincidence, that's why every video you watch now, they say, thank God we had a Cam. They'll say just like, yeah, thank God we had Cam. Well, that's her nickname, Cam. Camera, Cam, okay. Nothing more than energy gathering. If you've heard my other videos, you will understand this quite clearly. But whatever you do, don't fall for this blue thing. Don't fall for it. It's a marking. And blue is also 31 if you add it straight through. So 31 and 13 is what? That is 44, right? Why is 44 important? 44 is an 8. The devil's in the detail. Take these numbers all the way down. Why is the number 8 important? Well, your all-seeing eye, EYE equals what? An I is 5, so letter E is 5, Y is 25, and another E is 5. That's 35. That's 8. This is all about the AI, the Mac cam in the sky. You have a big camera up there. That's all this is. And it's been up there for a very long time.